Thanks, babe. Thanks. Everybody, that was my husband. Hey, guys. So, don't want to see my little chubby belly. Okay, so I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update because earlier today I posted a video about my friend Brandy's daughter leaving treatment, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So, for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, today I posted a post with a picture of a young lady who's about 22 years old. Her name is Brooke, and she left the Maryland Addiction Recovery Center, and her mother was very concerned and worried about her because, you know, she couldn't find her and she hadn't heard from her. And the reason why her daughter left was because she was cut off of her Suboxone. So, for those of you guys that don't know, like, this girl has been on Suboxone for over a year. She has had multiple relapses, and she does the best when she is on medication-assisted treatment. The reason why she went into treatment was because she had a relapse. She did so good. She had over a year sober. She had a relapse. She got back on her Suboxone, and at this treatment center, they decided that she needed to come off of it. And so they took her off her Suboxone. She started having withdrawals, and she ended up leaving. Okay? When she went to leave the treatment center, they withheld her cell phone from her, which I don't know why they would do that. She is from Florida, but she was at the treatment center in Baltimore, Maryland. So this little 22-year-old, little skinny girl, so pretty too, just is out there in Baltimore, Maryland without her cell phone, you know, in a state that she doesn't know anybody, and they would not give her her phone when she left. It makes me so mad. I do not understand why any treatment center would withhold somebody's phone from them. So,
yeah, especially if she wasn't like,
especially if she just wanted to leave. Yeah, she's not court ordered or anything. So anyway, her mom finally got a hold of her and talked to her today. Okay, just like an hour ago or something. I just saw the update video on TikTok, so I went ahead and updated my post.
If she's from Florida?
Because she was in treatment there.
She went all the way, wow.
It's hard to find treatment for people with certain insurances, and she lives in Florida, where basically most of the treatment centers there are the South Florida shuffle, where they're just all body broker treatment centers and shitty treatment centers where they just basically recycle you through relapse after relapse, and you really don't get anything out of it. So she went there.
I didn't know if she lived somewhere or lived in Florida.
So she left there because of she was sick, obviously, from coming off subs, right? And so some people were like, she was titrated down. Okay, if she's been there for 5 months and she went into the treatment center on Suboxone, let's say she was on Suboxone for a month and they titrated her down over a 4-month period. That's not long enough. And also, when you're being given an ultimatum, like you have to be off Suboxone or you can't stay here, that's not a choice that she made on her own. It's hard enough to taper off subs when you make your own choice. Okay? It is hard enough to taper on your own, but when you have a treatment center telling you you cannot stay here unless you come off Suboxone, basically they're forcing her to make the decision, because listen to this. They also had her on a blackout period where she could not talk to her mother. So they probably went to her during this blackout period where she could not call her mom and said, hey, you have to get off Suboxone. She probably thought in her mind, if I don't get off, my mom will be mad and kick me out and won't let me come back home. So she made the decision under duress, basically forced to get off subs. There's no reason why she should have been on a blackout period. Her mother's not a drug addict. Like, her parents are very supportive of her recovery. They're like her main support system. So basically, it's so crazy to me, you guys, because a lot of people think that this is okay. A lot of you guys have been brainwashed to believe that the way these treatment centers treat you is okay, and it's not. If you're going to a treatment center where there's no medical professionals and the only people who are running that center are other drug addicts that are peer support specialists or counselors, like, you need to run for the hills. And you need to go somewhere where there are psychiatrists, where there is medical doctors, where there are nurses, because you need to have medical attention. Addiction is a disease of the brain, and you need attention from professionals, okay? Counselors are great. Peer support specialists are great. But it's not safe to be going to places that are strictly ran by those people alone, okay? Hey, I'm one of those people. And if you and I would tell you, just like I'm telling you now, if they had a treatment center full of people like me, with no doctors or no nurses, I would tell you to run for the hills, because I can't make the decision on what kind of They made a decision to take her off her medication, okay? And unless they are doctors, physicians, they should never have made that decision. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's like your sponsor telling you you need to get off Suboxone. If you have a sponsor who tells you that, you tell them I said, fuck them. You tell them I said, Nicole Pludre said, I will come to their house and cut both of their ears off and take their and shove it up their okay? Because they are not doctors. They have no place telling you what medications you should be taking. I have high blood pressure, just so y'all know, so I might have a stroke while we're talking. It makes me so mad that people have become accustomed, and I was too, just so y'all know, I'm not blaming you guys. I was one of those people too. I was brainwashed too. I was brainwashed to believe that there was something wrong with me and I was broken because I couldn't get this abstinence-based all or nothing treatment model. Guess what? I'm not broken. Guess what? That system is broken. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for the majority of people. Whoa! Newsflash! That's why all of us have been to multiple treatment centers. Because guess what? The bullshit they were trying to shove down our throats for so many years actually doesn't work. You know? Yes, I am, Nate. It makes me so angry because I thought there was something wrong with me, dude. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you either. Okay? Like, that shit don't work for everybody. And it's okay if you're one of the people that it doesn't work for. Finding another thing, finding something that does work is all that matters. It's all that matters, because guess what? At the end of the day, none of those motherfuckers in the rehab center are going to be at your house taking care of your kids and your family if you die of a fucking overdose. None of them. You know? I'm going to go have my epileptic seizure outside, Nate. My little boy is such a little shithead sometimes. It makes me so mad, you guys. It makes me so mad because I felt like I was so broken because of the treatment industry and how it is. Those of you guys that are on Suboxone, those of you guys that are on methadone, you know, these treatment centers, they're mad. They're mad that we're on MAT. You want to know why? Because we are not recycling through their treatment center 24/7, 7 days a week. We are staying sober for years and years and years at a time. Right? That's the problem. Okay? When you're on MAT, you're not you're not wash, rinse, repeat in the treatment industry. And so that's why they don't like us being on subs. That's why they want you to get off your Suboxone, because most likely you'll relapse and come back a million times after that. Ain't that some shit? Have y'all ever sat down and really thought about that? Have y'all? Yeah. Okay? Fuck. That's why. I remember when I first came to Facebook and I started sharing my story about being on medication-assisted treatment. And people that were working at treatment centers were talking shit about me. And that was the first thing I said. Of course you don't want me to be on subs. Of course you don't. Because me being on subs, I'm not a frequent flyer of your motherfucking treatment center no more, bitch. You know? Hillbilly Coffee. I'm not a frequent flyer anymore. You know? And that's the thing. These treatment centers, they make so much money off of us. Millions and millions and millions of dollars, dude. You know how many treatment centers I've been to? I've been to 7 treatment centers. Okay? I've been to 7 treatment centers. $30,000. Let's say each one was $30,000 because they were nice treatment centers. And that's the low end of it. 7 times 30,000. 30, 60, 90. 7 times 3 is... 7 times 6 is 42. 49. $490,000. Is that how much it is? All over those 7 treatment centers. Okay, that's a lot of motherfucking money, dude. So if you're a loved one who loves somebody that struggles with addiction, listen to me when I tell you this. This is why you guys don't see me on here selling you treatment centers and telling you, go to this treatment center. That's why I work for a MAT clinic. That's why I don't work for a rehab. Okay, and if I did work for a rehab, it would have to be some special place. It would have to be evidence-based. No 12 steps up in the treatment center I work for. Hell no. Okay? It'd have to be an evidence-based treatment center. They would have to have doctors, nurses, and psychiatrists. Okay? It would have to be longer than 30 days, at least 90. So I wouldn't be able to work at a treatment center because there wouldn't be one good enough that I would feel comfortable telling everybody to go to. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it. So if you're somebody who's looking for your child to go to treatment, this is what you need to look for. Do they have doctors, nurses, and psychiatrists on duty, working, watching people, making sure everybody's safe and not fucked up? Is it longer than 30 days? It needs to be. Okay? If it's co-ed, I don't suggest that. It needs to be boys over here, girls over there. I would not go to a co-ed treatment center. Okay? Longer than 30 days, medical staff available at all times. Your kid needs to be seeing a psychiatrist, not a counselor, not a peer support specialist. Oh, they need to have options for medication-assisted treatment. So you need to be able to be on methadone or Suboxone. Okay? It needs to have the whatever certifications in the state you live in, I guess. I don't know what it's called or whatever. They need to have an exit plan for every person. What is an exit plan? A relapse prevention plan. Okay? They don't need to just kick you out on the road. Okay? And then you go on down your way. When you get out of there, needs to be a plan of action of what you're going to do for follow-up. Okay? Yeah. So, I mean, he can offer 12 steps if he wants to in his office, and that's fine. Like, everybody has the opportunity to choose the program that they want to do, but I would not work at a center where that was the program that is taught to people. Why? Because I have been to 7 rehabs where that was the program taught to people. And when I tell you guys, it is subpar, dude. What should be being taught in a rehab is teaching a person how to learn how to live their life without drugs and alcohol, learning how to cope, learning new coping skills, processing with a psychiatrist, therapist, whatever it's called, okay, traumas, okay, having family group with your mother and father or whoever your family is, and working through things together with that family, okay. I believe that while you're in treatment, since it's going to be 90 days, because that's how long it needs to be, that you should be getting gainfully employed while you're in there and learning how to work a job and I'm telling you, it needs to be so much more than what it really is. But that's the thing. That's why it's so fucked up, and that's why so many people keep on going through the treatment centers over and over and over again. Listen, I wish I knew this stuff when I was going to rehab, you guys. I would have told my mom and dad not to waste the motherfucking money. You know? I would have told them, listen, don't worry about it. And this is what I tell people who reach out to me. If you're willing to do medication-assisted treatment, I say get on medication-assisted treatment, get yourself an appointment with a psychiatrist, therapist that you like and you trust, get into regular therapy meetings every other week, bi-weekly, or once a month, okay? Find a recovery fellowship that you enjoy that lines up with your beliefs. Become active in that fellowship. Get yourself a job and become gainfully employed. All right? And learn how to live your life in a healthy way with your therapist. Okay? Start working on staying healthy in your mind, body, and spirit. Right? And that's what I say to do. You ain't got to go to the AA or NA. You ain't got to be ashamed if you have a relapse. Okay? All these things I have been taught to you are wrong and backwards. You do not have to be ashamed. If you fall, get back up. There is nobody that is going to judge you. Okay? You don't have to answer to anybody. You know as good as anybody else knows what's best for you. Okay? Just because somebody has been sober longer than you doesn't mean that they're the end-all be-all of recovery. Okay? For me, what I do is I reach out to people that I see that they are living what I want for myself. If you ain't living what I want for myself, I ain't fucking with your ass. Why am I going to call somebody that ain't got shit, right? I'm going to call somebody who is what I want to be, what I want to become. How did you get there? Tell me all about it. Right? Tell me how you got to where you're at today. And that's what I try to do for you guys. I try to share with you guys every single day how I got to where I have gotten in my life today. How have I been able to get my own car? How have I been able to get my own job? How have I been able to get custody of my son back? And I try to share with you guys step by step exactly what I've done. And you have been able to watch it over the years on my YouTube channel. If you have followed me for the last 4 years on YouTube, you have literally got to watch me do it on my own, you know? And I've done it through perseverance, through consistency, through to learn new things. I went from being a fucking 12-step big book thumper, okay, to totally changing my beliefs in recovery, changing what I find is acceptable in recovery. And, okay, sorry y'all. My phone, my Wi-Fi dropped for a second. Like, I'm not trying to yell at you guys, just so y'all know. I'm just kind of, like, heated a little bit because I see people trying to make, like, recovery this magical, hard thing, and it's not. I did the same thing. I thought it was this hard thing that I was never... Do these eyelashes look okay without makeup? Let me know. I always made recovery this hard thing that was, like, so unobtainable, right? And I don't know why I was like this. It was because that's what I thought. I thought it was like this unobtainable magic unicorn that I couldn't obtain, right? But it's not at all, okay? And people get so discouraged when they have a slip or a fall when they're trying to stay sober, and that sets you back so far. Fuck your slip or fall. Fuck it. Get back on track. It is so, listen to me, recovery is so simple, okay? Getting sober and staying sober is so simple. I'm going to literally sit here and help you learn in a few simple steps, okay? Okay, here we go. I want you to erase every single thing that you ever learned about addiction and recovery in your whole entire life out of your brain. See, this is where you're going to have all the problems, okay? You're going to have all the problems with all the bullshit that they've been trying to brainwash you with for the last 25 years in these addiction treatment programs. Okay? They are the ones who have given you guys this idea to not trust yourself and not believe in yourself and think that you don't know what's best for you. Every single person, all of us know what's best for us, okay? When we're in our active addiction and we're using substances, we're using those substances because we like the way they make us feel. Okay? We like the way drugs make us feel, so we use them. Okay? Then once we start using them, we start getting depressed because we start using them, running out of money, coming down, can't stay high 24/7, right? We try to, but we can't. And so over time, what happens is after long-term drug use, ups and downs all around, going through detox, going through withdrawal, feeling like shit, getting depressed, right? But we use substances because of the way they make us feel, okay? Okay. All right, so totally erase everything that you have learned about recovery in your brain to this point forward and just simplify it. Totally simplify it, okay? So if you're somebody who uses medication-assisted treatment for your opiate use disorder, okay, awesome. So do I. There you go. That's one step you've already taken. That's like insurance on your sobriety is what I call it. To me, Suboxone is like having State Farm full coverage insurance on your car. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, when you have State Farm full coverage insurance on your car, you could be driving down the street and like run into somebody and your insurance is going to fix your car. That's what Suboxone is to sobriety for me. It's like having something to help me to fall back on just in case. It's like if I have an accident, I know that subs are going to be there to catch me if I fall. Subs are going to be there if I think about falling, right? And if I think about falling, I'm super triggered and I want to go get high, I know I can go in my bathroom, take a piece of Suboxone and put it in my mouth if I'm totally having cravings, tripping out, can't fucking get it out of my head. And that will help me. So after if you're doing that, like I said, kudos to you. If you're not a MAT person, that's okay. You don't have to be on MAT, but it has helped me a lot. Okay, then next, all right, so now you have gone through your detox, you've gotten off drugs and alcohol. So this is the only area where I believe that you need to go into treatment is to get detoxed. So go into a detox center, okay? Go into a detox center for however long it takes you to come off drugs, all right? And then that way you have a clean slate to start on when you come out. Now, sure, you might experience post-acute withdrawal, right? Pause. Post-acute withdrawal syndrome, which they say can last up to 2 years, but I say it can last longer, honey. Post-acute withdrawal is things like depression, anxiety, an overall sense of doom. It can be brain fog. It can be so many different things can be post-acute withdrawal, right? So you might experience that, but that's okay because guess what? Now that you're sober, you've gone through your detox, the first thing you're going to do when you hit the pavement, you get home, is you're going to get on the phone and you're going to call and you're going to find yourself a good psychiatrist. I don't know if it's a psychiatrist or psychiatrist or
I mean, a psychiatrist helps you with your...
Can they prescribe medicine?
Yeah, I think that's
okay. Psychiatrist, I think, is what you need. You're going to find yourself a good psychiatrist / like therapist, like real person who really, not a counselor, okay? And you're going to get in to see that person. Or it says addiction specialist, right? And you're going to get in to see that person as much as you can. If you could see them bi-weekly, that would be awesome. But I know it might be too expensive, so see them once a month, right? And so that's going to be your first step. Second step you're going to do is you're going to find, like I said, find a fellowship, right? It doesn't have to be AA or NA. Let's say that you like to work out and you found a fellowship of men and women who work out every day. You guys get together, you go to the gym, you have a good time, you're doing healthy, positive things that reinforce your positive, sober life, right? And so find you a fellowship of positive people who don't drink and use, right? All right. After you find your fellowship of people, now for me, I needed to have people that had addiction pasts because sitting down and talking to them, it like helps me to have them be able to talk to me and hear them say, I know what you're going through. I've been where you've been and that kind of thing. So I feel like for me, and I think you guys might be the same, having a fellowship of people, even if it's just 1 or 2 people in your workout group who are in recovery too, is like so important. So important. Okay? Then what I would do is I would find a mentor. A mentor, okay? Somebody that you look up to who has what you want, okay? Like somebody who has the job, has the kids, has the home, has the paycheck, has everything that you want, who will coach you or work with you, right? To help you to get to where they're at, okay? Like, okay, Miss Thing, you done broke out again.
Damn.
She is like legit a breakout artist. Let me give her to you. Look at this little, y'all, I want to introduce you to the blindie. She's blind, so that's why she's has a white eye like that. This is Jetta, and she is literally a breakout artist. Here she comes.
I'll take her outside. You gotta go pee-pee?
And then y'all know Paco. Paco Plugere. I introduced y'all to him last night. This is my co-host. Hi, my baby. That's my husband's dog. That is like his baby. He loves her so much. So like finding a mentor or a coach, it would be cool, like if you could find somebody that is in recovery, like a recovery coach, but you don't have to, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like people that are not in recovery, that are like coaches, life coaches and stuff, they can help you learn how to live your life in a healthy way, right? Because they're already doing it, okay? And so find somebody that, is doing stuff that inspires you, that you want to do too, and get with that person. Sean. It could be somebody like me, okay? So like I do coaching, all right? So many of you guys have reached out to me since you saw my 10 million views on YouTube, and you're like, I want to work with you. Help me with my YouTube channel, and that's what I'm saying. Reach out to somebody who you see who is like doing something that you want to do that is a positive thing, and get with that person, and ask them to help you and support you. All right. I seen somebody say something about mindset. There are so many YouTube, meditation, mindset, changing videos that you guys can watch. Now, to me, listen to me. The main thing that you need to do with your mindset is you need to change it from saying things like, I'll never get sober. I can't do this. Sobriety's tough. I'm never going to. You need to change from saying all the negative things to strictly only speaking positive things over your life, okay? Positive things like, I am going to kick ass and take names. I'm going to stay sober for the rest of my life. I am going to, I am a highly favored child of the Most High. I am beautiful. I am sexy. I am smart. I am worthy. I am worth it. I deserve it, right? Like you need to go from all the can'ts and won'ts and didn't and nots to all the do's and I'm already there, all that. Because changing your mind from negative thinking, right, to positive thinking is going to change your life. Let me give you an example. So I actually talk to a lot of people that are struggling with benzo addiction, okay? Benzodiazepine, Xanaxes, Klonopin, Valium, that kind of thing. I talk to probably about 30 people a week that are struggling with benzodependency. And one of the main things that every single person who is addicted to benzos or dependent on benzos tells me that they're doing, they tell me, Nicole, I can't stop looking up and watching people's stories about how they are hurting and how they are not successfully tapering and how they are just negative, right? And I immediately, 100% right away, I'm like, please, for the love of God, promise me you will stop watching those videos. Promise me you will stop going on Google and Googling side effects of benzodiazepines. Promise me you will leave every benzo group that you're in for right now until Dr. B or Dr. B is the doctor that I work with, can get you on a stable dose and start your plan. Please, for the love of God, disconnect from those people, because people don't realize it, you guys, but it can become an obsession, right? It can become an obsession where you're checking and you're listening to this stuff all day long. And it is literally, you start manifesting those negative symptoms in yourself. And listen, I've never accused anybody or told anybody that I think that they're faking it or anything like that. And I will never say that to anybody, but I will tell you this. It can happen to you. You can literally become so psychosomatic, right? Obsessed with the negative responses other people are having to something, and you can watch it over and over again until you're literally causing that in yourself. And it's really happening, but it's happening because you're making, it's like happening because of all the negative stress that you're putting on yourself, you know? And so I cannot tell you how many people like that I see that experience that. And the minute they stop watching the negative stuff, they stop reading the negative stuff, they start doing what I say, which is, I'm overcoming benzodependence. I am free from the benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines no longer rule my life. Okay? I'm telling you 100%. When they start doing that, they start changing the way they think in their mind. They start living in gratitude. I'm grateful that I was able to be prescribed this medication when I was in a place where I needed it. Because there's people out there who wouldn't have access to this technology and this medication, right? I'm grateful that I have the ability to seek treatment for what I'm struggling with now. And like, I'm telling you, man, I cannot stress this to you guys enough. Like when I tell you 100%, I feel like I sound so stupid when I say this stuff. And I feel like people get angry when I say it, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. If you will do what I'm telling you to do, I promise you, you will see a change in your mindset and you will see a change in how you feel. You will wake up in the morning and you might not feel like, oh wow, I can't wait to wake up, the sun is shining. But if you wake up in the morning and you look outside and you say, the sun is shining, I'm so grateful to wake up, and you do that and you keep on doing that, eventually you're going to wake up and you're going to mean it. You're going to wake up and you're going to be like, you know what? I am fucking grateful. I can't believe I haven't thought about using today. It's been da-da-da-da days. Oh my gosh, I'm on day 30 of my sobriety, right? Dr. B uses, the main medication that Dr. B uses to titrate people off of benzos, you guys, is Klonopin. Okay, now when you're on Valium, is that Valium? Diazepam, I think is Valium. He might just leave you on Valium and then just stabilize you. But the main thing that he does that people don't do is people come in and they're like in withdrawal, or they're in tolerance withdrawal, or they're in protracted withdrawal, and they are just in pain. The main thing that he does with you when you first come in is stabilize your ass, okay? And that might mean you go back up a little bit on your dose so that way you stabilize and you're not in pain and you're not hurting and you're not sick, right? And he stabilizes you and he leaves you stabilized for like 30 days, right? Then you come back after 30 days and see how you're feeling. See if you're ready to start to taper, or if you want to wait and just, you know, get your bearings a little bit longer. And it's a slow process. It's a slow process of listening to your body. And that's the problem, is a lot of people that we see come in and that call, and that I know too, they want to just rush through the process. And it's like literally such a slow process, you know? So, I have to actually call somebody that called today about benzo, so I have to do that here in a minute. But Dr. B has some great videos on his YouTube channel. Here, let me get get the link and I'll post it in the comments if y'all want to check it out. Okay. So positive thinking, negative thinking to positive thinking. We got that checked. All right. And so let me explain something to you guys. Like, it takes discipline to start changing your behaviors, right? It takes discipline. So overnight, you're not going to be like, okay, I'm doing exactly what Nicole said for me to do. I'm going to all my fellowship meetings. I'm going to my therapy. I'm changing my negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Like, it takes discipline. What you need to do is, another thing you need to do is you need to go buy yourself a little planner and a journal, okay? And you need to start journaling your progress, right? So every day you write down the things that you were able to accomplish that day. Well, today I did do my fellowship meeting. And today, I did call my mentor. And if that's the only thing you did that day, that's okay. That's not only. That's a great thing. That's more things than you were doing before you got into this situation, right? It's more than you were doing when you were doing drugs. And so you have to look at it from that perspective of, okay, let's say you're having a real tough day and you got out of bed, you made your bed, okay, and you called your mentor, and then you hold back up on the couch and watch Netflix all day long, right? But you got up and you made the effort to talk to somebody else that's been through what you've been through, who can help you. That's what you had to do. Okay, some days are not going to be like, okay, I went to a meeting, I called my mentor, I went to my psychiatrist, I did positive and negative thinking, I went and I ran a half marathon. Like, you just, each day is going to get better. Some days you might fall back a little bit, but then you'll get back on track, and you just keep on moving forward. There's no perfect way to, like, change your life, right? And so I have to tell myself this every day with my eating, okay? I was just literally complaining about how I need to get back on my healthy eating, right? And I was beating myself up about eating Taco Bell today, right? Okay, so I had Taco Bell today. Big whoop. Right now, I'm finishing up my Mountain Dew, and then I'm going to drink water for the rest of the night. And I will drink water tomorrow when I wake up. And I'll make sure that I eat a healthy breakfast. And I'll even go for a walk around the apartment building, or I'll go down to the gym and take a walk on a treadmill, but like, what happens for me, and I know it happens for you guys too, because I just know, is I will be doing good for like a week, right? And then I might fall off my diet or my lifestyle change, and I'll eat unhealthy. And instead of doing what I tell you guys to do, which is, okay, so I fucking ate bad food for one day, big deal. I will literally be like, okay, that's it. I failed. I might as well give up. And then the next thing you know, I'm sitting here with a half a pint of fucking ice cream, like I was last night, and then a bag of candy, and then 6 tacos and 2 burritos and some Nacho Bel Grandes, right? And I will fucking sabotage myself. And so what if you weren't perfect the whole week? So what if you fucking relapsed? Okay, that doesn't mean you got to keep on relapsing tomorrow and the next day and the next day, right? Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Pick up where you left off and kick ass, I know, I love Taco Bell. And that's what I'm saying, you guys. Like, you can do all these things. You really got to listen to me, you guys, okay? I used to be the same way, so I'm not mad at you, right? And I still do struggle. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, I'm not some person. Look at me. I'm fat. Okay? I'm fat. I'm on medication-assisted treatment, which is not a negative thing, but I have extra help from that medication is what I'm trying to say. I have unhealthy habits. I'm not perfect. I have crooked teeth. Like, I'm just like you guys. Like, we are the same. Like, we are just regular people. I'm not like some perfect, skinny, beautiful, like, straight teeth influencer, thousands of millions of dollars I'm making over here. Like, I'm just a regular person. Like we're regular people. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. And so, like, if I can make these little positive changes in my life, so can you. So stop saying that you can't. Because if I can, anybody can, okay? If I can, anybody can. What happens to me is I have to get myself in a mindset, okay? I have to get myself in the mindset of, okay, Nicole, I have been fucking up long enough. It's time to kick myself in the ass and start making changes. I have to get focused. I get my book. Y'all know how I am. Y'all been seeing me do it for the last couple weeks. Let me get my book. Okay. I get my book out, my addiction book. I start my studying. I start myself getting focused again. And I have to reset and do this with myself all the time. Okay. I get my book out. I start, okay, let's get back on track, you know? Okay, let me get my food journal out. Okay, Monday, I ate some eggs and some bacon for breakfast and a big ass glass of water. Check, you know? And then, like, everybody has, like, ups and downs, right? And so nobody's going to have it perfected. Nobody's going to be perfect. But the whole point of the whole thing is, like, we're actually trying, dude. We're actually trying to change our lives and be better. You know? I'm in Arkansas. So, okay. I'm sorry. I just get really passionate whenever I talk about stuff like this, you guys. So that's why I'm not trying to yell. This is just how I am when I get excited. So, okay. So after I told you, I said, go get you a planner or a journal, okay? And start documenting your progress, all right? And so as you document it, I promise you, I will pay you $100. If you listen to what I'm telling you to do and you document your journey, right, you will be able to rewind 30 days, as 30 days past, and you'll be able to go back and you'll be able to go through your papers and you'll go, oh, wow, this day I could only do this. But 5 days later, I did all the things. And then you'll go, oh, wow, I did all the things here, and somebody reached out to me and needed support, and I was able to support them. And then you'll go again, and each time you do it, you'll be able to do more and more things that you weren't able to do before. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't mean to get emotional, but it's just, I feel like I was the same way that you guys are. I beat myself up so much for so long because I felt like I was such a failure. I felt like I wasn't making progress in any parts of my life at all. And I felt like I was never going to be able to get sober and stay sober. I felt like I was never going to get my son back. I felt like my husband and I were never going to be able to get out of the rut that we were in, the mess that we had created for ourselves in addiction, you know? And I'm telling you guys, like, now I look back on that time when I felt like that, and I'm like, we are fucking kicking ass, you know? Like, there was a time where I could not go to Taco Bell and get us Taco Bell because we didn't have the money to go out to eat. Or I couldn't buy my son the nice video game that he wants for his VR, you know? But and I'm saying, like, we have worked so hard. There was a time where if somebody reached out to me for help, I had nothing to offer them back. I had no suggestions. I had no plan. I had nothing, right? And so now I have all these suggestions. I have all these plans. I have literally, I can map out a course for you if you want me to draw it out. Like, I feel like finally I've got to a place where I actually can do for others what they have done for me for so long. I can do for my mom and dad. I can buy my mom $200, $300, $400 earrings and gold necklace for Christmas. I can give my dad $100 bill for Christmas and tell him thank you for all the $100 bills that he gave me, you know? And so I was not able to do that for a very, very long time. And so I'm trying to tell y'all, if I can get to this point, then you can too, you know? So anyway, so you're journaling and you're keeping up with your progress because that's really important, right? And so I do want to add something in here, you guys. Like, I'm not a religious person at all, okay? I believe in God, but I believe in God. I talk to him the way I talk to him. I do not make my son believe in God. I do not make my son, you know, pray or go to church. Like, I want Nate to choose what he believes and what he has faith in. You know what I'm saying? Now, he has kind of adopted what me and my husband do, which is we say our prayers at night. And, you know, I'm always very grateful and thanking my higher power for helping me through my life. I'm a person who likes to help other people when I see other people that are hurting and need help. My little boy's the same way. Today we were driving. There was a guy sitting on the side. It makes me so upset because he was all the way up on the exit of the interstate, so I couldn't cross all 4 lanes of traffic and get to him. But me and Nate were talking about, you know, man, I wish she was over here so I could go over there and we could, I was going to hand my little boy, you know, a couple bucks to hand out the window to him. And we think about my little boy is a thoughtful person where he wants to help people that he sees that are in need. So I'm teaching my little boy the things that like I am, you know? And so, I believe that is a way, I believe that that's part of being a person that wants to help others that are hurting. I feel like that's a connection, a spiritual connection, you know? So anyway, I believe that you need to find a faith. It doesn't have to be in God. It can be in whatever you believe in, right? But a faith, like as in, I know some people that, like, they believe in, like, the universe, right? And that there's something out there that's just all encompassing, there's something out there, and that's what they believe in, and they have a faith in that something is there and that it's helping them, right? And so whatever it is that you believe in, you don't have to go to church to believe in it. You don't have to get on your knees and pray to it, okay? What I believe is that just having something there that you can talk to, that you can thank, that you can say, hey, man, I actually did well today. I made it another day, right? I think that kind of helps, you know? So I would recommend that. Like I said, you don't have to do that, but for me, it really does help. I would use that higher power as somebody that I could thank every morning. So like when I would stay sober, the next morning when I would wake up, in the mornings I would say, hey man, thanks for helping me stay sober yesterday, right? And you need to help me stay sober today. Okay, thanks, bye. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean, okay? But it's not, I don't want you to feel like pressured that you have to believe in Jesus or God or something like that, okay? Hey, what's up, Abby? Hey, Amy. So I was basically mapping out for everybody, like, how to change your life and stay sober, and like I did, exactly how I did it. And so we started out with, I shared it with everybody that I'm on medication-assisted treatment, which you guys know, which is negotiable. You don't have to do that, okay? And we talked about post-acute withdrawal, which happens after you get off drugs, right? After your detox. I don't believe that you have to go to rehab. I do believe that if you're on a drug like benzos or alcohol, that you need to go to a detox and be medically detoxed, okay? But I don't believe you don't have to go to 30 days of residential treatment to get sober, okay? You can literally go and get detoxed safely and then come home and start your life and start this plan, okay? Start this plan. So the first thing we do is we get ourselves an appointment with our psychiatrist, right? So that way we can see a psychiatrist, therapist, addiction specialist every 2 weeks or once a month. So that way we can get that started, get our mental health in line. Okay, number 2, get ourselves a fellowship, find a fellowship. It does not mean an AA fellowship or an NA fellowship or any kind of sober fellowship. It could be a fellowship of people that go to the gym. Right? Now, do I want you to go to the gym with people that are getting high? No. Do I think it would be beneficial for you to find people in that fellowship who are in recovery? Yes, because it helps to have people to talk to that have been through what you have been through, right? But let's say you don't like AA or NA, but you got some buddies that are sober that do the gym every morning. Like doing that fellowship with those guys, getting up in the morning, going to the gym at 5:30, working out, pumping iron, talking about what you're doing for the week, that kind of stuff helps you. Talking about your recovery, what's been going on, what's bothering you, how you're feeling, you know, that kind of thing. That's what I mean by fellowship. Fellowship, okay? Get yourself a mentor, a recovery coach, that kind of thing. Somebody that you can check in with. Somebody that's going to help you stay accountable, not somebody that is going to tell you what to do, not somebody that is going to tell you what medications you need to be taking, somebody who has what you want, somebody who is living their life the way you want to live yours. Okay, so you're going to have to do some research. You ain't going to just be able to pick out no Tom, Dick, or Harry. You're going to have to really watch what this person is doing. How do they treat their wife? How do they treat their kids? What kind of job do they have? How are they living, right? Find somebody that you see that is doing things that you want to do for yourself. And if they're willing to, and they're able, say, hey man, like, I see you doing what you're doing, and I want to strive to be in your position. Would you mind helping me? Would you mind teaching me or taking me underneath your wing and guiding me, right? So they have just now lifted, there's a new policy that they're just now passing, the DEA, where they lifted, anybody will be able to prescribe Suboxone. So I don't know if it has kicked in yet, so you'll have to call your doctor and ask him, but they just passed a law where they are making it to where anybody can prescribe it. Okay. So after you got your mentor or coach, next we started talking about changing your mindset, changing your thinking from negative to positive. And we spent a lot of time talking about that because I think a lot of people don't realize how big of a deal it is to change the way you think. Okay? If you're always focusing on like what you don't have, how horrible you feel, how ugly you are, how fat you are. That's why even though I say I'm fat, you guys, like, I don't go around telling myself I'm fat all day long. Like, today I was actually looking at myself naked. I was like, damn girl, you got some big old titties. Damn girl, you ain't got that many stretch marks. My skin's so brown. I don't really have stretch marks. And I was actually admiring how I don't have stretch marks. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't beat myself up about it. Like I used to, but not anymore. I used to really bad, because I let social media get to me. I let people on, you can message me. I let people on social media exasperate my already low self-esteem and make it even lower. Okay? Bad. And so for a long time, probably like the last 2 or 3 years, I would just beat myself down about being fat and having crooked teeth and people not liking me. And I was constantly trying to get other people's approval to like me and say that not anymore. If you don't like me, get the fuck up off my page. If you don't like me, block me. Okay? Like, I'm not for the faint of heart. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I am not going to tiptoe around your feelings. If you're on my shit and you're talking shit, I'm going to talk shit back to you. Like, I am healing, not healed. So if you pop off, you will be exposed. You know? So I'm done like letting people treat me like a dog. And I had to learn the hard way, because people on social media will fucking suck you dry until you literally fall apart. And I was always trying to like meet other people's needs and be there for them and do this, that, and the third. And they were just hurting me and hurting me and hurting me over and over and over again. So now I pop the fuck up. I pop the fuck off. I might be spiritual, but I am not like a healer, okay? I'm over here.
You are not Gandhi.
Right, I'm not Gandhi. I'm not going to allow you to talk any type of way to me. If you come up on my shit talking crazy, I will screenshot that shit and expose you to my whole following, and they'll attack your ass. Which, honestly, I have to tell you all this. I love you guys so much, because I don't even have to say anything. All I have to do is be like, these fools, look at this person is saying to me, you guys, and you guys are like, you know what I mean? Y'all are like attack dogs. And I love you guys. Like, it makes me feel like I'm protected and people actually have my back. You know what I mean? And I would have your back just the same, just so y'all know. If you put something up on your page and I see it, and you tag me and I see it, I'm going in too, honey. I will go in and I will go down. I'll go down in flames for a motherfucker, you know. But it makes me feel cared for. It makes me feel loved. It makes me feel like I actually have real good friends, you know. Because y'all are my real good friends. I was actually talking to Nate's best friend's mom, Heidi, about this today. And I was telling her, you know, like all my friends are on social media on my page, and me and her are friends, but today it hit me, and I called her after we got done talking in the car rider line. I said, you know, you and me get along so good, and we can be friends. Like, why don't I bring Nate over to play with Zane this weekend? And she has something she's doing this weekend, but next weekend, me and Nate are going to go over there, and I'm going to hang out with his mom, and he's going to hang out with Zane, and I'm actually going to have a girlfriend to hang out with, because I really don't have girlfriends like that. I have my sisters, you know, that I talk to and hang out with when I see them, and I have my husband. My husband's my friend, you know. But y'all are my friends. Y'all are the people I talk to every single day. Y'all are the people that I talk to when I'm struggling, when I'm going through anything, when I'm having a hard time. You know, y'all are my friends. So y'all help me so much, and it makes me feel so loved because y'all have my back. So I really appreciate it, you know? Okay, so anyways, after we change our negative thinking to positive thinking, like I was telling you guys, and like I was saying, like, it's really important, you guys, like if you're somebody who is constantly focused on negative content, toxic people surrounding you, let's say you're someone who is you're new on Suboxone, and your brother and his old lady totally hate Suboxone. They tell you that you're not sober every single day. They are not supportive of your recovery. Fuck them, kick them in the fucking teeth, and leave their asses in the dust. You don't need them in your life. Get rid of all the toxic people that you have in your life. Okay? If your old man don't support you being on subs, or your wife don't support you being on subs, you give him my motherfucking phone number, and I'll talk to them. Okay? You give them my phone number, I'll talk to them. I will send them content all about the difference between addiction and dependence. Okay? I will send them fucking statistics on people who get off of medication-assisted treatment when they're not ready, and if they die or live, okay, I will help you, okay? And if you want to work through that with them and they're willing to learn and change, okay. But if you're with somebody who is constantly downing you for being on medication-assisted treatment, constantly downing you for being in recovery, and they don't support you for that, and you have tried to talk to them, you have tried to educate them, you're with somebody who's getting high 24/7 and they don't support you staying sober, and they're fucking cooking meth in the fucking back seat of the damn car while you're driving down the road, or you got a fucking shed out in the backyard, or they're selling drugs, and you have talked to them time and time again, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Cut the fat. Cut them out of your life, man. Cut them out of your life. If they're not willing to change their lives for the better so you can be better and you can change your lives for the better, fuck that shit. They're just going to drag you down in the long run. And I know it's going to be sad and you're going to cry and it's going to hurt your feelings and all that bullshit. But why would you want to stay with somebody who's not supportive of your sobriety? Why would you want to stay with somebody who's still getting high when you're staying sober? You know, why would you want to be in a situation like that? My old man straightened up after he watched you. He got the act right. Really, Maddie? That's awesome.
The act right juice.
Yeah. Once I got sober, I lost all my friends except my ex-dealer who got sober with me. That's awesome. I'm so happy she got sober. That's very awesome. That's very rare. My friend is afraid of being on subs because she might lose her children. Is this true? Veronica, most states totally support medication-assisted treatment.
We had to plead our case, and they believed us.
Yeah, we had to plead our case back in 2015. We were both on subs when my son got taken away from us. He didn't get taken away because of Suboxone. He got taken away from us because I was in active addiction, so was my husband. We got on subs in our recovery, and our attorney ad litem, which is my son's attorney, she tried to say we couldn't get our son back because we were on Suboxone, but we brought like our nurse, we brought the counselors, and they came and talked on our behalf. We talked on our own behalf, and our judge was like, "You're fine. Don't listen to what that lady says," and we were totally fine. We got our son back. So New York is a huge city. I cannot see them not supporting medication-assisted treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many. I think I might have some people on MAT that are in New York. We could see if, but they're not going to just take, like, if you get on subs, and you have kids, like, they're not even going to know you're on subs. They're not going to find out. Now, if she's already in the CPS system and her kids have already gotten taken away, or she's pregnant, you go talk to child. Ask. You know what I'm saying? But she shouldn't have any problems at all. She's an active addiction, huh? She's an active addiction. She's on dope, opiates, fentanyl, and she's afraid that she'll get her kid taken away if she gets on subs. No, but she will get her kid taken away if she don't get sober. Something bad will end up happening. So nobody's going to report her for getting on Suboxone. That's not how it works. Okay, she goes, makes an appointment with Recovery Delivered. She can do the Recovery Delivered place that I always tell you all about. She can do it online for $49 for the first time and get her subs and start her Suboxone in the quiet peacefulness of her own home, and nobody will be any the wiser. But that's not how it works. Like, me being on subs, my son's not going to get taken away from me because I'm on subs. Neglect would have to be happening, right? Like, if I was on subs and I was starving my son and beating him and somebody called CPS on me, then yeah, he would get taken away from me. But it would not because of Suboxone. It would be because of neglect.
If she goes and if she has the baby in the hospital and she's on fentanyl.
I don't think she's pregnant. She has kids, though.
I got you.
She has to wait. There's a thing called the clinical opiate withdrawal scale. And so every person is different how they process opioids. And so what she has to do is go online and look up COWS, clinical opiate withdrawal scale. And it is literally, I'll show you the scale, you guys. It's literally like a series of questions, okay? And on this little diagram, series of questions, clinical opiate withdrawal scale, it asks you things like, are you experiencing nausea? Do you have goosebumps? What's your pulse rate? This kind of thing. And I'll read you the questions real fast. Hold on. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, so it's a clinical opiate withdrawal scale. All right, here we go. Clinical opiate withdrawal scale. So the first one says what is your resting pulse rate? Okay, do you see how it says pulse rate 80 or below, pulse rate 81 to 100, pulse rate, and it gives you 0 through 4. Okay, so each question, oh gosh, sorry guys. Each question has a number beside it, and that's your score. So whatever the answer is, okay, if it's 81, you'll put a number 1 down. Okay, then you'll go down here and it'll say sweating over the past half an hour, not accounted for by room temperature or patient activity. So how bad is your sweating? Is it no report of chills? Number 1, subjective report of chills or flushing. Number 2, flushed or observable moistness, and you'll score it. Let's say you get a number 4, so you'll write down the number 4. So you'll take all these questions, okay, and you'll get all bone and joints, pupil size, restlessness, runny nose, and at the end of the test, there's only like 10 questions. You'll get a score, okay? If you score, now listen, it used to be different. They used to say a 12, but you got to go higher now because of fentanyl. If you score a 14 or higher, okay, it's better to score higher than a 14. 14 is like right there at the brim. If you get a 15, 16, 17, then you can start inducting onto Suboxone. But you're not going to just take a whole Suboxone strip. You're going to take your Suboxone strip and cut it into 4 pieces, 2 milligrams at a time. And you'll dose 2 milligrams and you'll wait like 30 minutes, see how you feel. If you feel okay but you haven't got relief from your withdrawal symptoms, then you'll dose another 2 milligrams. Comprende? Until you feel relief. Okay? And so, it's just that simple. And they'll actually tell you that when you see the doctor, but in case, you forget or you need the clinical opiate withdrawal scale, you can access it on Google and download the PDF, Simple Dimple. Okay? Okay. And then a lot of people just DM me here on Facebook and say, Nicole, I'm on this time. I got this score. What do I do? Ah! You know, and so I'll help you out if you need help. But I'm not a doctor. Contact me at your own risk. I'm just a person in recovery who tries to cheer you on and be your cheerleader through the process. I am not medically responsible for you or any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I try to be there to support you and cheer you on while you're going through the process. That's what I'm there for. Moral support. Okay? Okay, cool. Oh, you're welcome, Veronica. No problem. Okay?
Dad, that game is super cool. I like it.
I bet you did. It was a good choice.
You're lucky. I don't know how. What were you on, Maddie? Were you on fentanyl? I'll tell you this, okay? So they're analogs of fentanyl that people are on are staying in people's system longer, and so that's why people have to wait. You could go through precipitated withdrawal if you don't wait. But anyways, so that's how you do that. Okay, so I told you guys about getting a planner or a journal. Oh, okay, I want to tell you a couple other things before I let you guys go, okay? Okay, so don't forget about your, God, what was I saying? What was I going to say? It was just literally on top of my mouth, on my tongue. You got your planner and journal, you changed your mindset, you got your mentor, fellowship, psychiatrist, and you guys, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Like, for me, being with a group of people like online like this is the best thing for me. I love being able to sign on, go to a meeting like we're having right now, listen to other people share about their recovery journey. I love listening to people share their stories. Chef's kiss. I have over 150 interviews on my YouTube channel, if y'all didn't know that. It's in a playlist labeled interviews, and it's just strictly people coming on and telling their stories, how they got sober. And it's so good. If you guys ever are looking for stuff to watch like that, check out my YouTube channel. Or if you don't want to watch my YouTube channel, that's okay, honey. Just type in addiction recovery stories, you know, and there's tons of stuff that comes up on YouTube. And it's like going to a speaker meeting, you know? Oh, wow, Mary Ellen. Yeah, you probably had fentanyl in it. Oh, I love you too, Veronica. I'm glad I could help you, baby. Brandy, I wish I did too. Sub's place, you can call for help. Hold on, let me put it in the chat, you guys. Or I guess I can use my other phone. So the sub place that I work for is called Recovery Delivered, and it is an online telemedicine place that you can get medication-assisted treatment on the phone, okay? And so it's super convenient, and that's the easiest way. Now, you can always do it in your town at a clinic. Just type in Suboxone clinic in your area, and it should pull up options for that. So don't feel pressured to use the place I'm saying. You don't have to, you know. But I'll put it in the comment section for y'all. It's called RD, Recovery Delivered. And the reason why I work for Recovery Delivered is because I was actually sharing about their company for 2 years, since 2020. I started sharing for their company, sharing about them. And I actually called them this last October 2022, and I said, hey, I've been talking about y'all's company for 2 years. Will y'all hire me? And they were like, okay. And I was like, cool. You know what I mean? Because I was already like sharing so much about their program, and I probably sent them thousands of patients. You know what I mean? And so it just made sense for them to hire me because I was already doing it. Honestly, I'm grateful that they did hire me, because it would have been kind of crappy if they didn't, with all the promotion I had given them over the years. but
Will
they're
we
good.
still be living in this apartment though?
Yeah, they're good people, and my friend Marcus actually works for their marketing team, and he actually helped create Recovery Delivered because his best friend overdosed on opiates, and so and passed away, and so I was really grateful that they did hire me because it's just the right thing to do, I feel like. And that's why I tell you guys that are in recovery, like if you're in recovery and you talk about a place and you really, really like it, and you've been talking about it for years and years like I do, reach out to them. There's nothing wrong with asking to be compensated for something that you're already doing, because you guys, these companies, these treatment centers, these MAC clinics, they're making money hand over fist, honey. And so you deserve to be paid for your time. If you're making videos about your MAP program that you go to, there's nothing wrong with asking them to compensate you for that, because you are working hard and you're putting money in their pocket, And we're addicts. We it's hard for us to find jobs. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always tell everybody. And you guys could absolutely, make a social media and build your following and do the same thing. If you struggle getting a job because you're a felon like me, ask my husband. My husband, I know 100%. 5 years ago when I was like, watch, one day I'm going to be able to make money off my social media. I know he was just thinking, this girl is so crazy. She thinks she can do anything. He's eating his words now, aren't you?
I mean, I don't think I ever said don't do it.
You didn't, but now you're really eating your words, aren't you?
I love you.
I remember one of the first times I got like $500 for making a video, and he was like, "What did you?" And I said, "Hey, I just got paid $500." He goes, "For what? A 30-second video?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Yeah, fool." So y'all can do the same thing. It's amazing all the things that you guys can accomplish in your recovery if you get sober and turn your life around. Okay? Like, I'm not bragging about that at all. I'm telling you guys because you can do it too. Okay? You can do it too. You can get sober. You can start helping people. You can believe in something. Like I believe in Recovery Delivered 100%. Like I believe in Dr. B 100%. If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't mess with him, You can do the same thing, and you can make a way in a living for your family. So don't ever feel like you're counted out because you're an addict, okay? Because you're not. Okay, so I get excited whenever I talk about stuff like that, because I remember a time where I would look at people and I would be so inspired by other people that I would think I could never be like that, How many people are following you, Danielle, on Facebook? I don't think it has to be a certain amount. I'm not sure, though. Are you sure you haven't, honey? Because it'll come into your email, okay? And also, whenever you come onto your Facebook account, you will see it'll say bonus plays, okay? Or you can go into your settings. And you can look up, okay, I don't know if you have to have 1,000, but it might be 1,000. If it's not, you should, I think it might be 1,000, but it might not be a certain number at all. I'm not sure, because Dr. B already had over 1,000 whenever they sent him the invite, but it'll literally say like in an email, or it'll say on your account, say bonus plays or something like that. Does anybody else know how many you have to have for Facebook Reels? But I'm telling you right now, Facebook Reels, I do not get paid from Facebook. All transparency, y'all. Facebook screwed me. Facebook restricted my account to the point where all I get is stars now. People can send me stars and that's it. But that's fine. I'm not tripping. Where I actually get paid is from my YouTube channel. I don't get paid from TikTok. TikTok is worthless, okay? As far as, like, making money on their platform, worthless. But I make money on my YouTube channel. That's why I always tell you guys, if you want to support me, you don't gotta send me money. Just go subscribe to my channel and actually watch my videos when I upload them. That's all you got to do, and it helps me so much. You have no idea, you guys, because I have worked so hard for the last 5 years building my YouTube channel. That's why I was so excited yesterday to show you guys that I hit 10 million views on there, because that's a big deal. And I hit 10 million views in the last like 4 months. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm really proud of myself because I've worked so hard, you know. That's why you'll never catch me on here asking for donations or nothing like that. The most I do is I tell you guys about my Patreon and my recovery coaching thing I do, but that's it. And I don't even push my recovery coaching because I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to make money off them. I just tell them, if you are interested in having me as a coach, a recovery coach, or a social media coach, just DM me, you know, and I will tell you what's up. Or you can go to my Patreon and you can read it there. But I don't talk about it a lot because people are funny about that kind of stuff, you know. I'm telling you what, I'll tell you this right now. You need to do Instagram too, Danielle, because they pay too. On YouTube, on Facebook, Facebook is one of the highest paying platforms right now, you guys. So, if you're willing to invest in yourself, I do a class. It's $45. It's, you know, like a couple hours long, and we get on a Zoom, everybody that signs up for the class. And then I will literally help you with your content strategy, your niche, your ideas, everything. And it's a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, one day class for, you know, $45. But it's worth it. But it's worth it. I know it's worth it. You know how I know it's worth it? Because my boss, who has like almost 1 million followers online, it's like what he does for a living, and that's how he actually coaches people like I do too for social media. So, oh, what are you going to send your therapist, Randy? This video? Oh, my YouTube link? It's just www.youtube.com/recovery journey. It's in the comment section. I'll put it here though. But I'm going to show y'all something while we're talking. So anyways, back to my telling you guys about recovering. Okay. So basically, once you've done all the things that I told you to do, okay, and I want to add one more thing in there. I know that it's hard to do all these things, right? And I know it's hard to start out, but if you start out doing these things together, it'll get easier and easier as you do it. Make sure that you're doing some kind of physical activity, okay? It can be anything. It could be walking. It could be working out at the gym. It could be riding your bicycle. It could be Pilates. It could be boxing. It could be Taekwondo, okay? It could be any of these things. Just make sure you're doing some kind of physical activity. Why do I say this, okay? Because it's so easy to become cross-addicted to food. You're looking at the queen of cross-addiction, okay? You're looking at the literal queen of food addiction. What happens is, like when we get sober from drugs and alcohol, I don't know what our body and our brains are looking for something, some kind of dopamine hits, you know? And we haven't had any dopamine hits in 30 days. We've been sober for 30 days. And so our brain is on fucking frazzle. We're like fiending, right? Fiending for some dopamine. And so our brain will literally, you know, we'll do stuff to get that dopamine, which could be overeating, right? And so it's different for everybody. Some people gamble. Some people become addicted to sex. Some people become addicted to porn, sugar, working out, anything to get and change the way we feel, right? And so if you can incorporate some kind of physical activity, I would highly recommend it. And the reason why I tell you guys this is because I made the mistake of not doing this. And now you see where I'm at. You see how unhappy I am about my weight. You see how insecure I am about it. And I just don't want you guys to go through what I'm going through. You know, and I wish that I had I wish I had listened to my mentor and started just going to the gym in the morning every day. Just because I go to the gym every morning every day doesn't mean I have to get in there and like do some fucking extravagant kickboxing choreography or some shit. I could just go to the gym and walk on the treadmill for an hour and a half. That's it. Or ride the little stationary bicycles. That's it. Or do my arms that day. Right? Just something to get my heart pumping and my body moving. Now, and I'm going to tell y'all, now I'm 40 years old, going on 41. I have high blood pressure to the point where it was so high today that my dentist almost didn't do my cleaning and almost sent me to the emergency room.
Then if you drink that Mountain Dew,
Because I'm at risk to have a stroke. Chugs Mountain Dew. Okay? And that's because of my weight. It's absolutely because of my weight. My body is not meant to carry this amount of weight on it. I'm only 5'4". I am not tall at all. And so, I don't want you guys to go through what I've gone through. I don't want you to struggle like I've struggled. You know? I have a sticky note with it written down because the dentist gave it to me. It was high the other day when I went too. Let me see if, my pants are falling down again. Sorry, y'all. I know the bottom number was 94. It was something over 94. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Okay, it was 147 over 96, and then 134 over 94.
what?
Is that bad? So that's what, baby?
What did you just say?
I was telling him what my heart rate was, what my blood pressure was, Nate. So, and that's because of my weight. Like I said. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm dying. I'm tripping a little bit, if you want to know the truth. I don't want to die of a heart attack, you guys. I don't want to leave my son behind, you know? So. I know, Maddie. I know. Maddie's like, wow, the bottom number's supposed to be like 70. Don't rub it in. I know. That's why I'm worried. Move out of the way, Jenna. I'm coming in to wash my face. You little hooker. Okie dokie. I know. It's scary. And that's why I'm worried about it, because even my girl who is cleaning my teeth is worried about it, you know? So, I truly believe it's because of my weight, you guys. But I have an emergency appointment with my doctor tomorrow. So, I want to get put on Ozempic, which is that weight loss medication that they give you the shot. And so, I'm hoping that they'll start me on that so I can lose this weight, because it's a medical necessity now, okay? My weight is getting out of control, to the point where now it's affecting my health, okay? And so I need to get it fixed.
Put some more water in there for her. She needs it.
Yeah, she's chugging it down right now. So it's scary because I never thought this would be where I was at, you know, with my weight. But it's because I got out of control when I got sober. And
also been that you were in a place that you always get nervous about anyway.
Oh yeah, but no, I wasn't nervous today, Neil, at all. So that's why I was saying, and today it was higher than it was yesterday when I was nervous and crying. Because today I had the same girl. I was comfortable. I really like her. She's like super sweet. She takes her time. She is not judgmental. The whole time she's like, do not apologize. Stop apologizing. Because I kept telling her I was sorry because the numbing stuff wasn't working on my mouth. And so she had to give me like 12 shots. My bottom was numbing, but my top was not numbing. And so, and it hurts because whenever, it's not like a regular cleaning like you guys have. The kind of cleaning I have to have is like super invasive, and it goes underneath my gum pretty far, like all the way up to like here, because I have I have pockets underneath my gums because I have periodontal disease, and so my gum separates and lifts up off my tooth. That's why I'm having so much problems with my teeth. And so they have to go in with this like really sharp pokey thing and measure how deep they can go, because they're not supposed to be able to go that deep. And so they have to keep track of it to see how much bone loss I am accruing. And so far I've had 55% bone loss in my top and bottom jaw. So, oh God, that's the tea with that. So, I'm hoping that when I see the nurse practitioner tomorrow, I'm hoping that she'll just get the go-ahead from Dr. Pounders and put me on the damn Mounjaro or Wegovy shot, so that way I can start this weight loss for real. So, this shot, what it does, it's a lot like medication-assisted treatment. This shot is a GLP-1 receptor agonist, just like Suboxone is a opioid receptor agonist, right? And so what it does is it basically tells your brain that you are full, okay? So you will not eat so much. It tells your brain that you're full, and so that's how you lose weight on it. And then once you lose all the weight, then they drop you down to a maintenance dose of this medication. And you can stay on it for the rest of your life, or you can titrate off of it. But you got to make sure that when you titrate off of it, that you have changed your coping skills and eating habits. Because what can happen if you just jump off of it is you could go back to overeating. And so while you're taking the medication, it's important to, like, you know, change your eating habits, do some therapy around food and all that kind of stuff. So that way, when you do get off of it, if you plan to, you don't have no issues going back to your old behaviors, you know? So, oh yeah, it wasn't numbing at all. That was the problem. And so, let me show you what they do. They take this thing, okay, only it's metal, and it has these little slit lines on it, and the lines are measurements, and they take it and they go up underneath your gum to see how far they can go, and they measure that, and you can feel it too. That's why they have to numb me, because if they don't, it hurts really bad. So I went and got an electric toothbrush because that's what they told me to do. And this is the third time I brushed my teeth today. So it's supposed to massage my gums too, which I love that. Yeah, I'm tripping, dude. I'm tripping on how much bone loss I have, you know? It's scary. And this is the tooth that's about to come out. Like, it's really loose. That's why I won't push out on it. I'll only push back on it like that, because it is really loose. Yeah, that thing. But I'll tell you this, I can already tell that my gums are doing better because they're not bleeding like they were. Because I used to brush and they would bleed really bad, and they're not. And I think that's because she went in there and she cleaned them all, you know? Me too, Molly. I have periodontal disease. No, they're bleeding a little bit, but not at all, you know? And they also said that I had a couple of deep pockets in the back that I'm going to have to get looked at too, because they don't want my teeth in the back to go bad or to lose bone. And it's not my teeth, it's my gut, my jawbone. So like the problem is I don't have any bad teeth. Let me get my medicine for my teeth because it's like a special kind of mouthwash. I don't have any cavities, guys. I have no cavities at all. Periodontics. I got it from Walmart. It's like, yeah. I have no cavities. I just have bone loss in my bones, in my jawbone. So that sucks so hard. Then I got this water pick. I'll show y'all really fast. Okay, so I'm gonna use it real fast. So bear with me. Woo-hoo. And this thing right here, it blows the stuff right out from underneath your teeth. If you have something, like I had a little piece of food stuck in between my teeth, and I sat on there, it goes, shot it right out. So that's the whole purpose of it, is because before, even when I was flossing, because my gums, you know, lift up like that, the bacteria and stuff was staying underneath my gum. And so now I can get that in there and shoot it right out, baby. Shoot it right out. Which I think that's awesome. I'll tell you this, I can tell a huge difference in my mouth and the way it tastes and my breath just from the 2 days that I've been using this toothbrush now, or 1.5 days. Okay. From the cleaning she gave me, because I couldn't access what was underneath my gums, right? And so I think when I look at my teeth and I'm brushing them, I can see that I'm brushing them and I see the food go off of them and I see them get smooth and they feel good when I run my tongue across them, right? And I think, oh, I got all the stuff. They're clean now. Wrong. All that bacteria and stuff was getting pushed up underneath my gums. And so I always felt like I had a, like, not a bad breath smell, but like I could smell it, and I know that like my son could smell it, and then if my husband got too close and I had just gotten eating, you know, like it would smell, but I mean, not like halitosis, you know, but like just not good all the time, right? Like, Neil, could you notice that I had bad breath?
Shit mouth. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I have shit mouth?
No.
Okay. Yeah, like it wasn't bad to where my husband was like, damn, I don't want to kiss her. But I can tell a difference now. Like, I can taste the difference in my mouth too. So, but I've been around people who have had shit mouth, Neil, and it's bad. Like, it's serious. Like, you know if you haven't, you know, because it's, you can taste it, and you could taste it, and
I've talked to people that literally smell like they ate.
Like they ate ass shit. Like an asshole. Like they ate a piece of shit. Diarrhea. Poor things. I feel bad for them because they obviously know, and they probably feel that way too, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I would constantly have something in
My mouth, like a mint or something. And most people do if they have that because they feel self-conscious, you know? But that's what it is. If you're experiencing that, if you're experiencing like unusually stinky breath and it like lingers, it's because you have bacteria and stuff built up underneath your gums like I did, you know? If it had gotten any worse, I probably would have had really, really bad breath. It would have gotten worse over the years. If I hadn't gone to the dentist, if I had waited like another 2 years, oh my God, it would have gotten bad. I know it would have. And so, I'm not too, you know, I'm telling you guys, this is embarrassing, okay? It's embarrassing. But I'm telling you because I don't want you guys to go through what I went through, so you better get your ass down to the dentist. I don't care how afraid you are. Get your ass down to the dentist, okay? Okay. It is 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get your ass down to the dentist. Quit being scared. I know it sucks. It sucks. It's just going to suck. But you got to go. Because you don't want to put yourself in a bad position where you're losing bone, like me. And if I had went to the dentist 4 years ago and kept up with it like I had started, I wouldn't be in this position. Because 4 or 5 years ago, guess what? They weren't telling me I had bone loss. Remember, Neil? I didn't have no bone loss then. Shit. Because my ass fucking waited. Because I was scared. And I didn't want to go. It's uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. You know? Oh, sucks. I learned my lesson the hard way. I will never skip out on the dentist. I'm telling y'all. I will never skip out. That face cream, I got it on sale at Ulta. Like whenever I get my face creams and stuff like that, I always try to pick up something on sale, you know? Now, me and my husband's favorite moisturizer besides that one is the Clinique Gel Moisturizer. Hey, you need to do your homework. Where's your backpack at? Nate!
What?
Did you just fart? That wasn't me. That had to have been you, Nate. That was a freaking big old fart. I've been holding that in all this whole time. Okay. Hey, Cece, what's up, girl? Everybody farts, and I know I'm not too good. Sometimes you just gotta let it rip. Right, Nate? Right, Nate?
No.
Sometimes you just gotta let it rip. What, you don't think I'm cool? Walk like an angel. Jada, what are you doing? Out again, huh? She done escaped again. She does. Look at her. She's just standing here, too. Just standing here. You want me to put her with you, Neil? Just standing here. I'll put her in between your legs. Get in between Daddy's legs. Lay down.
Lay down, Jada.
Okay. You know, when we first moved into this apartment, I was so excited about the closet because it was so big. My husband took it all. My husband took the whole damn closet, damn near. Damn near, Neil. Damn near.
Lay down. Lay down. You lay down with me?
Okay. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. I hope that, you know, me sharing with you guys what I do to get and stay sober, I hope that helps you guys. I really, really do. These are my new pink, Victoria's Secret pink leggings. Like I said, it ain't rocket science, and you don't have to go to rehab to do it. You can get sober and stay sober from the comfort of your own home, okay? Just make sure if you need to go to detox to get detoxed, get detoxed. If you were here, I hope you took notes, because that's what I always tell y'all to do, is take notes, write it down, okay? I mean, it helps to have it. I write stuff down all day long, okay? Next time we come on here, which will probably be tomorrow night, we will do... What do y'all want to talk about tomorrow night? Before I go, we'll pick a topic for tomorrow night. For Friday. And then Sunday, Sean is coming on to talk about the other half of his story. So, triggers. Do any of you guys want to talk about anything else? So at the end of the day, okay, triggers are just thoughts. Anxiety, okay, triggers are just thoughts, okay. You have the power to... Triggers are things that you think of or see or smell or do or hang out with. Emotions that they trigger you to want to use, right? So you can, at the end of the day, if you've been sober for longer than 30 days, you guys, like, you can choose to not get high or to get high, right? I feel like, you know, the first 30 days is really difficult, and it's still challenging after that. But if you have triggers and you're thinking about using, all you got to do is pick up the phone and get outside yourself, dude. Go hang out with somebody. Go do something to help somebody. Go take your kids out to the park or something. Hang out with people that are in recovery. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Anxiety, triggers, anything else, y'all? Y'all want to talk about tomorrow? Okay, so anxiety, triggers, and coping skills. Coping skills to deal with triggers and anxiety. Okay, that sounds like a good live. I'll come locked and loaded, okay? I'll come locked and loaded with a lot of different coping skills and ideas of things that you can do that will help you if you are having triggers or anxiety. Anxiety can actually be a trigger, you know? You could be, what time is it, 6:45? So let's say 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central. So anxiety can be a trigger in itself. A lot of people who, you know, had benzo addictions, they started out with legit anxiety. And then they got on benzos and maybe they started, you know, abusing them. And so they have gotten taken off the benzos, or they can't take them anymore. And now they have horrible, crippling anxiety and have no way or no coping skills. So they have to learn new coping skills that are not medication, right? What was your trigger, Cece? And just so you guys know, yeah, I read them, but you got to understand something, Randy. I have to go into my spam to get y'all's messages, so it takes me a second to get to all of them. And you also have to understand, let me just tell you something. There's probably like 350 messages in my spam right now, just so you know. So if it takes me a day or two, just know it's because I go through about 50 messages every evening, and I answer back 50 people. Okay? So please bear with me. I'm only one person, and I don't have anybody else answering my messages. Okay? Like my friend Richie, he has hired somebody to answer his messages. But I don't make money like that to just be hiring folks. You know, if I actually made enough money, a substantial amount of money offline, I would hire somebody in a minute. I would literally put up a wanted ad on Facebook and say, hiring for somebody to answer my messages, and I would give interviews. And it would be serious because only the best would be chosen. Because it has to be somebody that I would trust with my life. Because basically I would be trusting you with other people's lives. You know? So. Oh, you got a broken tooth? You need to go to like Walmart or Kroger and go and get you some of that stuff that numbs it. It'll really help. And put it, Orajel, and I think there's some other stronger stuff. Also, get you, is it aspirin or Tylenol? They tell you to get some of that aspirin or Tylenol and crush it up and put the powder on the tooth too. That's supposed to help like really good.
I don't know, do they have just lidocaine? Like, is that a...
Well, I mean,
you have to have that as the doctor?
that, no. I mean, I don't know. But they have that stuff that numbs your tooth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's
At Walmart or Kroger or whatever. That's what I would do, Cece, okay? And there's emergency clinics for people that just need to get a tooth pulled. Like, I think it was like $120 for me to get my tooth pulled when I didn't have insurance. And so that's all you need to do is get that tooth pulled out, you know? Good job. Oh, good. Yeah, Ambisol. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. Good job. You did good then. Cece, you still got your Suboxone or no? This live was a good live, y'all. I wish I could record it and put it on YouTube. Good. Okay, well then, girl, take you an extra piece of Suboxone too for your pain. That's what I would do. If I have back pain or anything like that, I will take a little piece of Suboxone to try and help me ease that pain a little bit. You know.
Can I skip tomorrow?
Can you what?
Skip tomorrow because I'm gone. Because
Can you skip what?
school.
School?
Yeah.
Why should I let you skip school, boy?
Because
Well, it's Friday. Why don't you go to school and then have
Well-
the weekend?
I'll have.
It'll be your last day.
Really, Kale? I didn't know that, sweetheart.
You can go hang out. with
Thank you
your
for saying
friends.
that.
Well,
Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time here on
what
Facebook.
is Central Standard Time?
That's where we live. Hey, look at me.
It's our time.
Tell everybody, say, I hope y'all have a good night.
I hope y'all have a good night.
And say, stay sober, if not for yourself, for your children.
Stay sober, if not for yourself, for your children.
Good
Like that.
job. Good job. And whose life did you save, Nate?
Yours.
How'd you save my life? By being born?
Mhm.
Ah. I love you.
Wait, can I tell them the game that Dad got me?
Of course you can.
So, well, Dad, you tell them.
What it was called? Climb what is it called?
Decline 2.
Decline 2. And it's basically all these different obstacle courses that you use your what is it? Your Oculus and the controllers to like climb and jump and
You can climb city, like buildings.
Look at this. Look at my husband.
And a bunch of stuff.
Look at him, y'all. He's the dog whisperer.
I got Bones and Boney.
Uh-huh.
And Bo there.
Okay, Nate.
Boner Lab.
Say goodnight. Love y'all.
Good night.
Toodles.
Say your kids love you and sobriety is worth it.
Your kids love you. And sobriety, whatever that means, is
It's worth it. That means not doing drugs.
Oh.
Okay, see y'all tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Central here on Facebook. Good night.